Arguments going on to get the plane away. The British are furious at the anger at the way that the Libyans kept them in Tripoli. They've complained not only
Next this evening, the Thames News headlines. That's followed by Comedy with Shelley.
There is a theory that two are better than one. Well, there you are. So the Gillette Blue 2 has two blades to shave you close, then closer still. Gillette Blue 2 disposables. Two blades give you the edge anytime.
When these men invest, they don't mess about.
We don't mess about.
They go for a fixed interest investment that's guaranteed for 5 years.
Fixed interest. Guaranteed.
That's guaranteed and tax-free.
Tax-free?
National Savings Certificates now guarantee 41.9% after 5 years, tax-free. The new 27th issue. It's out now.
Cover Plus, Cover Plus, Cover Plus, blossoms at Woolworth.
Keeping people in touch in remote communities with special equipment for the blind.
19, extension 219, ringing.
It's ringing for you. And emergency services that are the envy of the world. These are some of the ways British Telecom is helping people every day. In a push-button world, British Telecom is the power behind the button.
Would you believe you can get a durable turtle wax finish like this in less than 15 minutes with new Minute Wax?
it can't be done, it's impossible.
Impossible? We've made it possible.
It took me about 7 minutes. If I hadn't done it myself, I wouldn't have believed how easy it could be.
Squirt on, wipe off. You don't have to wait for it to dry.
It's a very hard finish, just like a turtle shell.
I did it well under the time, but then you've got to be quicker out here.
New Minute Wax. Real turtle wax protection. From Turtle Wax.
Good evening. The Thames News headlines. Firemen in Surrey are still fighting a fire at Ashstead, which has swept across a common. It's said to be under control, but covers an area of 2 square miles. The brigade say they were called to the scene at 3 o'clock this afternoon, but only expect to put it out by 12 o'clock tonight. All around London today, firemen have been battling with more than 200 fires in grassland made tinder dry by the hot weather. Experts are still trying to discover the cause of a fire which partly gutted a museum at Palmer's Green in North London. Firemen managed to rescue most of the art treasures inside Broomfield House, but were unable to save an 18th century mural. An emergency council meeting in Newham tomorrow is expected to order an evacuation of Ronan Point, the ill-fated tower block which partially collapsed in 1968 after a gas explosion. 5 people died then and 17 were injured. The meeting follows the discovery of more faults. Now engineers want to shake the building to see how bad the faults are. The local MP, Nigel Spearing, is demanding that councils who face huge repair bills should be compensated. A 71-year-old woman was tied up and robbed in her flat in Regent's Park after 2 men followed her home. The attackers, wearing white overalls, took jewellery valued at £7,000. A man escaped with minor injuries when his house in Harold Wood in Essex burnt down after an accident with petrol. He was pouring it from one can to another in his kitchen when some spilled under the gas fridge and was ignited by the pilot light. Security guards are tonight protecting Barking Hospital because of an outbreak of vandalism. The administrators say car locks have been filled with superglue, tyres have been slashed and pig swill thrown into offices. The hospital is the scene of an industrial dispute by cleaners who are protesting because their bosses, a private cleaning firm, tried to cut their working hours. Rita Marley, the widow of Jamaican reggae star Bob Marley, was in Brent tonight to see a council estate named after her husband. Marley Walk in Willesden Green was named because the council want new streets to reflect the nature of the local community. A contraption that can stack cars nearly 100 feet into the air is claimed to be the answer to London's parking problems. Vertipark, on display in Watford today, can hold 22 cars in a space normally taken up by 3. It costs about £150,000 and takes 6 days to erect. And Thames weather. Overnight, dry and clear, becoming cloudy later. Tomorrow, a misty start, but it'll become sunny. The temperature's a little lower than today, with a high 18 centigrade, 66 Fahrenheit. That's it. Now Shelley.